Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Well, we have a little bit more Christmas decorating to get done today, and we are standing here in the entryway. I think this might be it. I may have just a couple little touches that I want to do to the bedrooms before the kids get here, but it's not going to be anything big or anything like that. Just a few little Christmas touches. And before we get started today, I wanted to share something with y'all. You have seen my entryway before, but there is one little trick that I don't think I have ever shown to y'all, and I want to show it to you today. And it is this. Ta-da! This is just the metal wall art that I actually picked this up from Ross, and so I just wanted to elevate this just a little bit, just to give it a different look. You know how I get tired of looking at things, and so I saw these, and these have been up now probably what y'all been looking at them maybe a year, but I hadn't thought that I'd never shown you how I achieved this look. But yeah, it is as simple as buying the wall art and attaching it. Now, it was kind of easy to attach because of the design of the mirrors. I just have them kind of nestle down, like a leaf here and then a leaf here, nestle down in between the little design here on the mirror. So it did make it really easy. But some of you may have a mirror with a similar design, and you know, if you want to give it a little change, that's all you have to do. So at this point in the game, Friends of the Twins, I am winging it totally. And I'm also down to the last of my Christmas decor. And I'm not gonna go out and spend any more money on Christmas decor this year. I really didn't buy a whole lot. I mainly used what I had. I did get those black nutcrackers that y'all saw. And what else? Can't think of anything else other than some black ornaments. Can't really think of anything. I did buy that one floral pick, but I couldn't get but one. Y'all remember the one that's gold, shiny gold with the black and white on it? I could never find, you know, I could only find one. So I haven't really bought a lot of Christmas decor, and I'm not gonna start now. It's too late in the game. I'm gonna wing it and just use what I have. Friends, at this point we are going to back up and backtrack a little bit, and let me show you how all of this kind of came together. Now, it took me 2 days to film this video, and so, you know, I just kind of took my time with what I was doing, and so it took me 2 days. But here I am sharing with you my Santa Claus, Mr. and Mrs. Claus to be exact. Now, these were purchased on Etsy, and it was after I saw this young lady, SHANTRELLES Savvy Wreaths. Now, I saw her on Instagram, and these are hers, and so she was my direct inspiration, and I'm going to leave her contact information for you, as well as the Etsy information down in the description box. So I purchased these 2 wreaths here last year at Joann's, and they were like 80–90% off. I only paid maybe about $3, $5 for them. And here are some of the ribbons and the other adornments that I'm going to use to try to put these wreaths together. I actually have 2 Mrs. Clauses and 2 Mr. Clauses. A set for myself, and then a set for my baby sister, and I'm going to be making her wreaths for her. And then these are the ornaments that I picked up at Hobby Lobby and Friends of the Twins. Before I could get done with those, over those 2 days, I went back to Hobby Lobby to try to buy some more, because remember that I have 4 wreaths to make. Do you know that they were all sold out? If you haven't gotten your things from Hobby Lobby, I mean, it is really slim pickings around there. So over the course of 2 days, they were already out of those beautiful ornaments. So we're going to start here with this gorgeous ribbon that my sister brought over, and I'm just going to make some bows to kind of go on the bottom. And like I said, I'm using what I have, and she also brought her wreaths. You can see them kind of up in the top of the screen there with the white magnolias on them. She already had hers also. The inspiration piece had a beautiful white background, but I wasn't able to find white wreaths. So no worries, I am going to use what I have and we are going to make it happen. My sister will have more of a white, red and white on her wreaths, but for mine, y'all know that I have black. I'm using black now, and so in order for it to tie in with my other Christmas decor, I needed to add some black. So here again, I am just using what I have. I had some of this ribbon left over from a Hobby Lobby trip about 3 weeks ago maybe, and this was definitely all sold out on the day that I went back, and was lucky enough to get those black and white glass ornaments as well as the pretty red and green ones. And it was really slim pickings. You know, I'm just amazed at how the things go at Hobby Lobby over the past probably two years. Long gone are the days when you can wait. I've known people that waited actually until Christmas Eve to put up a Christmas tree. I have known people to do that. But you cannot do that. You cannot do anything near that. I know at Hobby Lobby, y'all know the Christmas starts coming out in June or July. If you don't have your Christmas with them by October, definitely November, just say second week maybe in November, you are scrubbing the bottom of the barrel. Things just get gone so quickly. And y'all remember I told y'all last year when Shonda and I were in there were two ladies that were in a confrontation. We thought that it was going to become physical, fighting over Hobby Lobby's Christmas decor. So here is my wreath after I placed my bows, and I ended up taking that green ribbon off because that is all that I could find. That's all that I had, but it is very different from the green, the lime green that you see in Mrs. Claus's hat, and it did not match at all. So I did end up taking that ribbon off. But y'all, isn't she beautiful? And now here is a close-up of old Saint Nick. And as you can see, they come with the attachments on the back. I love the fact that they had these pipe cleaners. That makes it so easy when you're trying to attach it to the wreath. And so I've gotten him attached to the wreath, and you can see my ribbons here. So this is the progress that I've made so far. I worked tirelessly one day, Saturday, this past Saturday, to get these done. My sister has already come to pick both of hers up. This is her Mrs. Claus, and didn't she come out so beautiful? Now, between my sister and I, we both just threw everything in the pot. She brought over a bunch of ribbon and other Christmas decor that she had, and I pulled out, you can see everything that I had, and went to work. This is her Santa. I just wanted to give you a glimpse of him, friends of the twins. He wasn't finished there, but he finished up beautifully as well. And like I said, she's already come and picked hers up. So this is the following day, and I have taken the floral arrangement that was on the table in the formal dining room, and I've taken the black and white flowers out. And I'm not really going to do too much in there. I'm not going to make too many big changes at all, but I did come across these floral stems. I love the fact that they have that little texture on them, and they actually match perfectly, the exact same flowers as the wreath that is already in the formal dining room. And so I'm going to keep it kind of simple because, you know, black and white is beautiful, but to me, you have to be careful. It can kind of start to get busy. So I don't want to do too much. I love the contrast of it, and I love the flow that I have going with it now. I want to make Christmas changes, but I also, y'all have heard me say, I want to be able to transition a lot of my Christmas decor right on into winter. I don't want to spend a lot of time changing. And so I have the idea that I'm going to end up using these on the entryway decor that you're going to see in just a little bit. But sometimes things change. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't work out quite the way that I thought. And like this day, I was winging it entirely. I really didn't have I hadn't given it much thought. I just pulled out, like y'all hear me say that all the time. I just pull out what I have, what I might want to use, and I just kind of go for it. And to me, that is the fun in it, is seeing either your vision come to life, the vision that you have in your head, or either seeing how I'm able to hopefully pivot when it doesn't work out the way that I think, or when I change my mind. So I had an idea in my head, and so here you see me kind of playing around with it. I am trying my best to incorporate these furry white florals stems that I picked up at the at-home store. And so now you see me cutting this foam board. Well, that's because I'm pivoting again. I've had another idea that I want to play around with. And I do that a lot. Friends, if something comes into my head, I am going to try it. And so this is what came into my head. I wanted to incorporate this beautiful nutcracker into the arrangement. And yeah, so I had a lot of fun playing around with it. And I will go ahead and tell you that ultimately this arrangement did not make it into the entryway. But you know, at least I moved forward with the idea that I had, because if I had not have implemented it, it would have driven me crazy. So I just played around with adding a little bit of gold, and then ultimately I decided to just kind of axe the gold, and this was the final floral. Here she is, friends. Mrs. Claus has taken her place in the entryway, and rightfully so. As you can see, I kind of kept it somewhat simple. I decided not to go with the nutcracker incorporated into the florals because the colors. The jacket that the nutcracker had on was more of a crimson red, and the wreaths have more, you know, a brighter red in it. And this is already a busy look, and so I did not want to add too much. The colors were just a little bit too off for my taste, and so I decided to just keep it elegant and simple. Friends, I knew that whatever I ultimately decided to bring out to accent this beautiful wreath needed to do just that, be an accent and not compete with the wreath. And so I'm so happy with the way that this turned out. And I always saw, the vision was always in my head that there would be a candle accompanying, and I love the glow that it gives in the entryway. It is just a beautiful ambiance, and y'all, I am so excited. I can't wait for my kids to get here for Christmas. And then as we take a closer look here at Santa Claus, there are some subtle differences. So between the two, they are the same but different, and that is exactly what I was going for. I did add, I believe, just a little bit more black on his side, just to give it just a hint of more of a masculine feel. And with her, I added like the peppermint candy, and her ribbon is just a little bit longer, the red ribbon, just to give her a little bit more of a feminine edge. The Christmas series is continuing. I do have some other Christmas decor to share with you. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me tonight. As always, you make the life that you live a life that you love, because life is short.